The man, the myth, the legend, the rock superstar that could have been. Throughout history, music has been a part of life. Big or small, music has had an influential impact on everyone. From children's learning songs to teen pop music, adult alternative, and classical melodies. But tonight, rather than focusing on the stardom of a successful music artist who achieved Hollywood celebrity status, we will concentrate on a different type of artist. A struggling artist. A man who, much like everyone, tried and tried, got nowhere, and died. When Behind the Music presents the life and failures of Harry Bird.
The smell of the perfume you wore that night under the moon has left me haunted. You made me feel alive the way you made me feel that I was really wanted.
Unlike most people, very little is known about Bird's early years. As a matter of fact, no one is certain to what he was or where he came from.
I knew who he was. He was a messenger from God. He came down with a message. But no one listened. No one listened.
And what was he trying to say?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
I wasn't listening. Words of a crackhead. Was this man of mystery indeed a messenger from God? Or was Harry Bird in fact God himself?
Harry Bird a god? Harry was no god. He was good at what he did, but he was no god. Harry Bird is a bitch. A no-good, low-down, dirty, conniving bitch. Was born a bitch, is a bitch, and will die like a bitch.
Harry Bird is dead.
What?
He died 2 weeks ago.
Bullshit. That son of a bitch is alive. Alive, I tell you. And living comfortably, too. But don't think you're going to get away with it. Oh, you can run, Harry. Have these people think you're dead. But I know. I'm gonna find your ass. You can run, you can hide, but those who are looking for you will always find you in the end.
Well, I could try to explain, but you wouldn't understand. I could live my life on principle and end up in a van. But there's people in this world that would say I'm already dead.
Yeah, of course I remember Harry. We used to jam together, man. We used to hit all the clubs in Hollywood, man. The Whiskey, the Roxy, the Coconut Teaser, the House of Blues, man. You name it, we were there. I mean, of course we were just outside on the sidewalk, but we were there.
Oh, it got wild, all right. Sometimes crowds would get out of control. One time, I had to beat him up. You see, he wouldn't stop playing. I kept telling him to stop, man. The crowd would tell him to stop, but he wouldn't listen. People would complain. It was bad for business. I'd tell him to stop coming, but that fucking Harry, man, he was so persistent.
Man, people loved us, man. We had fans. We did. Every night we'd go to play these. I like to call them sidewalk shows. Lines of fans already standing outside waiting for us.
Harry Bird? Are you kidding? Me and Harry Bird? We were close friends, very close. Harry would come by to my El Rey fast food restaurant in Pacoima for the finest in Mexican food. We would talk about the old days as he would take a bite into one of my all-time favorite carne asada burritos, packed with freshly cut onion and cilantro, cooked pinto beans, and meat cooked to order with your choice of hot or mild sauce and a large soda. All for only $4.95. So come on down. You too, Harry.
Harry and I, yeah, you could say we were involved. He loved me and I loved him for who I wanted him to be. Every day I hope he'd make something of himself. I tried to encourage him, but he failed every time.
You will never understand.
Understand? What is there to understand? You're going out there every night and you're not making any money.
Money? Is that all you care for?
Money is important. I'm pregnant, you know.
No, don't stay away. I've couldn't stand the pain of saying goodbye.
Then came the drugs and the alcohol.
Couldn't stand the pain of saying goodbye.
That didn't help at all.
The liquor, yeah. And the drugs, man. That's what changed everything, man. Got to the point we just stopped playing music entirely. He and I, well, we just got, I don't know, fucked up all night long. Me and Harry, man, we had some good times.
Well, I know that some of you might think that I'm a lazy slob, 'cause I dropped out of school and was fired from my job. But this problem with authority just won't let me commit to a 9-to-5 job where they make you feel like shit. And you cannot buy me off with your minimum wage, and I will not kiss your ass for a 50-cent raise. Yeah, I know I need the money, but I will not be a whore, 'cause I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I noticed something was missing. At first, I couldn't figure it out, and then after a while, I realized, where the fuck is Harry?
That son of a bitch. I took him in, out from the streets and into my house. I liked the kid. I treated him like a son. He lived with me for a while. I showed him around, sent him out on a few jobs, learned the business. But that son of a bitch took my shit and left. You think you can con me, Harry? Huh? I got my people looking for you, and when they find you, you're dead. You hear that, Harry? You're a dead man.
I don't know, looking back at it now, man, I did do a lot of crazy shit, but... Alright, just to warn the children who are watching, use it, try it, sell it, but, you know, don't abuse it. Moderation. Moderation.
For the first time in my life, I started crying. And it wasn't because I was alone or because I was pregnant. I cried for the first time in my life. I realized I missed him. I loved him. I loved him for who he was. And I was just too... I was so stupid. There was this old guitar that he kept in the closet, and one day he told me...
You want to break this guitar, don't you?
And I did. He was going nowhere with his so-called talent of his. And I was going down with him. I just wanted to get rid of it. Have him start a regular job. So he's like...
Break it! If you love me for who I am right now, then I want you to grab this guitar and break it!
At that point, I grabbed the guitar and then... I don't know. I walked back over to the closet. He looked at me. He didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. He went outside, and that was the last time I saw him.
As I found my way back to the place where I was lost, I gambled all my money and I couldn't pay the cost. Everything I had was never quite enough to pay the price of loving and to be loved.
Man, I don't know what happened to Harry. Once I started with the drugs, I don't know. I was confused, man. I didn't know what was happening. I remember him this one time. He was talking to me. I don't know. At least I think he was saying something. I don't know. I couldn't understand.
Today, I went over to the closet and I picked up the guitar and I slammed it against the wall as hard as I could, thinking that maybe he would hear it and come back. I just kept on banging it and banging it and banging it. And when I was finished, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know. I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry, baby. I can't do this. Please, not right now.
A sad ending to a tragic life. The life that was for Harry Bird. He was misunderstood, he was ignored, and he was never given a chance. This was a behind the music presentation of Harry Bird.